participants, please ensure that you keep yourself muted so that it's not a disturbance for everybody else. A good day and welcome to day 2 of the 7-day International Faculty Development Program on Leadership Excellence. The session for the day is on building team engagement. Let us begin the session with a prayer. I now request Ms. Majida to recite the prayer.
Surah Al-Asr, chapter 52, verses from 22 to 24. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Huwa Allahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwa al-malikul quddus المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق السريع المصور له الأسماء الحسنى. Translation. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. O God, the knower of the unseen and the seen. He is all merciful, very merciful. He is Allah, besides whom there is no God, the sovereign, the supreme in holiness, the safe, the giver of peace, the guardian, the almighty, the all-repairer, and the sublime. Pure is Allah from what they associate with him. He is Allah, the creator, the inventor, the shaper. His are the most beautiful names. His purity is proclaimed by all that is in the heaven and the earth. And he is the almighty and the wise. Jazakallah.
Thank you, Majida. I now request Dr. Preeti, Assistant Professor, Department of CS and ISM, to introduce the speaker to the participants. Please unmute yourself, Preeti.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Joshua Gerard, Chief Operating Officer of Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute, distinguished guests, learned participants across the globe, ladies and gentlemen, a very good day to all of you. On behalf of the management, principal, vice principal, head of the department, and teaching fraternity, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the second day of International Faculty Development Program on Leadership Excellence, organized by the Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management, Justice Bashir Ahmed Said College for Women, Chennai, in association with Guru Coaching and Consulting Company, Doha, Qatar. International conferences and faculty development programs have been held several times on our campus, but this is the first of its kind where international FDP is conducted through a digital platform. To address on challenges of the present day leadership with respect to COVID-19 contingency plans for a workplace, we have with us a distinguished personality, Mr. Joshua Gerard, to deliver the keynote address on building team engagement. He is the Chief Operating Officer of Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute and a social activist. He is also the founder and managing trustee of Chitra Foundation at Chennai that offers free training to underprivileged children. He is the director of Excel Technologies and Solutions, an Indian-based education consultancy company at Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. He is also the vice president of Leading Software Technologies, a software solution provider with a vision to develop enterprise information systems. His wallet holds membership cards of many renowned clubs and associations, to name a few, like Lions Club and Madras Management Association. He also serves as the advisor of various trusts and committees. His profile well recognizes the fact that he has traveled far and has worked hard. In this context, he has received the most prestigious Abdul Kalam Award for Young Entrepreneurship and Best Social Entrepreneur of the Year 2016 from the Lions Club International. He has set his media presence in various newspapers and television in view of his services. We are happy to have you with us, sir. Thank you, sir. I also take this opportunity to welcome all the delegates and participants of this faculty development program. I wish all of you a fruitful learning. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti. I now invite the speaker of the day, Mr. Joshua, to take over the session.
Thank you very much, Preeti ma'am, for the wonderful introduction, and Gayatri ma'am for welcoming me to this program. So it gives me great pleasure to be with all of you here through this webinar. As Preeti ma'am rightly said, many of you would have attended faculty development programs on a live platform wherein we interact with each other, and even I have conducted many programs with your college as well. This is the first time we are doing a faculty development program online. So I think it's a huge initiative which I think the coaching center from Doha and Jabba's college have taken up. So congratulations to all of you. So if you ask me, what is the important skill set that one has to possess in order to be successful in life? It can be related to business, it can be related to career, it can be related to learning, anything, whatever it is. Okay. The most important skill set one has to possess is to work as a team, is to adjust and to motivate each other, and that's the one and only solution for the future. So in the past, let us take our childhood memories. Maybe when we were in school or when we were in college, it is very it was very sufficient that if we could just study and if we could get good marks, that was enough for whatever we seek for. We have crossed all that. It is more about the end result which we have to achieve, and the end result can be only achieved if we could work together collectively. Okay? One of the greatest responsibilities of a leader is to push the team towards better performance. The relationship within a team are essential in every aspect. The effective team will definitely outperform a disconnected collective where people work individually. See, individually, many people, let us... Yes?
Yeah, there was some disturbance, sir. I think you can continue. Mr. Tirupati, it would be nice if you can please keep your audio muted.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So, any team, let us take, there are a lot of learning people, and if they're working individually instead of working as a team, they would definitely be overpowered or outmaneuvered by a team which could collectively work together, even if they are young, even if they're less experienced. So that is the importance of working together as a team. So I'm going to give you the difference between team building and teamwork. So what is teamwork? Basically, let us say you are put together as a team. Okay, you are put together, and you have no choice to choose whom you want to work, and you are working together just because you are put together. Okay, that is teamwork. Okay, there are a lot of challenges, but still, if you overcome those challenges, you will definitely be successful. But that is teamwork. What is team building? So I want to emphasize here on team building. See, let us say you are a HOD of a department, or maybe you are owner of a training institute, or anything related to any business. You are a leader. You have to identify the right person for the right job. Okay, so that is team building. Analyze what are the skill sets that you require. What are the skill sets that people have to have that are required for you to make sure that you give the end result in a very successful manner. Okay, so that is team building. You identify the right person collectively who could work together as a team. Okay, so teamwork is just random people put together and they work together. So being leaders, I would urge you all, maybe if you're recruiting for new people in your team, it is good that you understand what is the skill set. Let us take maybe you are a HOD of the English department, and maybe you already have 5 people or 6 people who are working under you, and maybe you require somebody to take up literature alone. So make sure that you take up somebody who's good in literature. Do not go with somebody who can take up placement training. Okay, because already your existing team will be able to provide you with the same. So take up something which is really required. That is team building. So moving forward, what I would like to share with you is identifying right person plays a very important role. Okay. So the purpose of team building, why do we go for team building? Okay. First, the purpose of team building activities is to motivate your people to work together, okay, to develop their strengths. See, everybody has their own strengths and their weaknesses. Okay. First, what we should understand is which person has which strengths, and you should give them the right kind of a job which they are capable of doing. Okay. Let us say a person is good at organizing skills. Okay. Give them a program wherein they can organize, and maybe another person with good communication skills to do the MC. If you do it vice versa, the program will not be successful. Okay. So address the strengths, okay, accordingly to which person and what strength they have and what weaknesses they have, and also make sure that they improve on their weaknesses over a period of time. Okay. So a leader understand the strengths of the team and also the weaknesses. So any team building exercise should encourage collaboration rather than competition. So each person will have a separate strength, each person will have a separate weakness. Okay. So putting together all this will make a team successful. Be sure to incorporate team building in your workspace, wherever you're working, irrespective of whatever domain you are. Mostly if you're coming from colleges, see, I have seen all of them are very learned people, research scholars, PhD holders, doctorates, and all that. But what happens is there's a gap between each person. Hence, the output goes down. So how can we improve this output? The output can be improved if team building takes place. Next slide, please. So the types of team building, what are the different types of team building, how it can be done? Okay. First is communication activities. So you should open all the different channels of communication. See, I was trying to reach this particular person and I'm not able to reach them. Okay. If that is there is some communication problem. All the members of the team should be available during the entire work process. So my suggestion to all of you is have an email communication rather than just a word-to-word communication. Because what happens is when we discuss, we might be taking up different job responsibilities, and when somewhere it fails, what would happen is we'll start the blame game. So whatever we discuss, whatever we have it as a group discussion or all the brainstorming, write it down as a mail, okay, chalk it down as a mail and communicate it to all the members. Do not leave out any member. Do not leave out any kind of communication from any member. Make sure from the top till the bottom, everybody receives the information which everyone has. Okay. Next, problem solving and decision making activities. So it is very important that the problem solving doesn't take a centralized effort. It should be decentralized. That is what the image describes. Okay. Problem solving should be a very decentralized. I'll give you an example of the host, a small request. If possible, can you block the chat box, please? A kind request to the host, if you could block the chat box. Thank you. Yeah. So I'll just give you a random example of a problem solving actor in a team. Okay. So once what happened was in the United States, there was an ice cream manufacturing company and it had many outlets. I will tell you the name of the company or the future at the end. So they had many outlets, and there was a huge complaint from the entire civic department that many people are throwing all the cups and all the wastage which are non-disposable. So that was creating a lot of pollution. So what happened was the owner, the director of the company, of the ice cream company, called up for a meeting, for a very urgent meeting. They said that the government is going to sue them if they don't do anything immediately. So they had a very close meeting. So one person, what happened was he was with his daughter. He took his daughter along with the meeting. So he apologized on behalf of on himself that he had brought his daughter there. So the director said he was fine with it. So as the meeting went on, meeting proceeded, the director said, see, we are making huge sales, and if the government sues us now, we will be shut forever. So what is the solution for making people, we tried telling people that we should throw the wastage only in the dustbin, but it's not working out. So this little girl who was there in the meeting, what she told was, why can't you make something which is eatable? Something where you give the ice cream and it can also be eatable. That is the foundation of the cone ice cream. Okay, so Quality Walls started making cone ice creams only after this idea. I'll give you another example. Okay, so ideas come. Why I'm telling you this is ideas can come from the smallest of the person. You do not know where the idea will come from. Okay, so do not think that nobody can contribute. Everybody can contribute in some way or the other. I'll give you another example for problem solving. So once what happened was in a company which was manufacturing chips. So what happened was many packets were empty and it went to the market and it was sold, and there were a lot of customer complaints. So they had this problem, and they were thinking, how can we solve this problem? So they brought in a lot of MBA graduates, a lot of doctorates to see how it is solvable. But they were not able to find the right decision, as it was very expensive. All the decisions which were given were very expensive. A maid in the factory came and said, let us place a small fan there. Okay, when we place a small fan, if the packets are empty, most probably the packet will fly away, and if there is content inside, it will keep going on the tray. So a normal maid in the factory gave a solution to a huge problem. So why again I'm insisting is, make sure that your entire team is involved in the problem solving or decision making activities. Next, adaptability and planning activities. So plan your strategies and make sure it is implemented. Many times we plan, we bring in a lot of activities, we bring in a lot of plans, but it is not initiated. Okay, so make sure whatever your plan gets initiated. Okay, next, plan activities which build trust. Today, the most important thing which is lacking everywhere is lack of trust among team members. Okay, so make sure that when you have a huge team, that each member trust the other person who's beside them. Okay, so that's another important activity. So once again, communication activities, problem solving, adaptability, and activities that build trust. Okay, next slide please. So benefits, what are the benefits of having a great team, of having team building activities? Okay, so improving productivity is one of the most common goals. See, as I told you in the very beginning, you could have a lot of learned people, you could have very strong people, but if they're working individually, they will be outmaneuvered or outpowered by a team of youngsters or by a team of okay, so improving productivity is just a sign of appreciation. When somebody does a work in a team, just appreciate them, just give them, okay, you did a good job, just give them a pat on the back. That increases motivation and that helps you to reach even more heights. Next, increase collaboration. See, sometimes there might be multiple teams and you have to collaborate together in order to get the success. You might have a software testing team and you might have a software development team. Okay, sometimes you have to work hand in hand. Okay, so collaboration is not that only within a team you work together. Sometimes as a team, you have to collaborate with other teams and outside companies to work together. Encourage creativity. When somebody comes and gives you a great idea, when somebody comes and thinks out of the box, try to encourage them. What lacks here is many people in a team, especially the younger guys or people who are joined new, they feel it, okay, if I give a good idea or if I give something new, I might be discouraged or people might laugh at me. So even if it is right or wrong, make sure that you encourage creativity. Okay, encouraging creativity plays a very long-term effort in team building. Next, positive reinforcement. See, even if you fail, there are many possibilities that you might fail. Okay, you might work hard, but still you might fail. Nothing wrong about it. Again, because you fail, it doesn't mean that it is an individual responsibility. It is a team responsibility, and only as a team can you be successful again. Improved communication. Make sure you have all your communication lines open. If it is a phone call or if it's through WhatsApp or if it's to your official mails, okay, whatever connectivity app you're using, make sure you're reachable. I have seen many people who are unreachable at all. They don't use their phones properly, they don't look at their mails properly, and all this, and the worst part is they are at the top position. So what happens? The productivity goes down. So whatever position you may be in, make sure that all your communication, you should be an accessible person. Any member of your team should feel that, okay, I can go to her or I can reach to him or her and communicate with them. Okay. Improve your communication channels. Okay, make sure people feel very comfortable in communicating with you. Or sometimes what happens is, how can I go and speak with them? How can I give this new idea? Will he or she appreciate me, or will be even interested to listen? Then you're losing out on a great idea. You're losing out on people coming and giving you various support. So these are some of the benefits of teamwork. Next slide, please. So stages of team building. Okay. So first thing is you have to form a team. First important task before you start, you have to form a team. So you have to understand how many people you require in the team and what are the skill set each person should possess. So maybe if you require 6 persons for your team, and you might require 6 different people with 6 different skill sets. Okay. So understanding that is called the forming stage. Okay. Make sure that you form the right team. If you form the wrong, let us say you bring in everybody with good communication skills and nobody is technically sound, your team is bound to fail. Okay. Next is the storming session. Okay. So storming is where you start discussion. Okay. What are the job roles which each person is going to focus on? Okay. What job description and what are the roles that each person is going to do? Okay. So the team moves into the storming phase where people start, okay, pushing their boundaries and they start working towards them. Okay. So the next is norming, wherein even if you have differences apart, you all work collectively and they start working. Okay. And the last stage is performing. Make sure that you get the end result. So once again, you have 4 stages. One is the forming, next is storming, norming, and finally performing. Okay. So this is the 4 stages of team building. Next slide, please. So what are the 4 different types of team? Okay. So one is the project teams. These are people who bring the outline. They are the people who bring the picture. Okay. What are we going to do? What is the overall outline? What is the boundary? What's the timeline in which we are going to work for? What is the revenue in which we are going to work for? Okay. What is the profit the company is supposed to make? This is the project team. Next are the self-managed teams. So these are people who are decentralized and have given authority. Okay. See, you are given the authority to take decisions, to hire people, to fire people, to delegate responsibilities and taking decisions. That is the self-managed teams. Next are the virtual teams. These are teams like maybe they're not present there on the ground reality, but on the virtual line, maybe through Zoom calls or through other means of Skype or any other means of virtual communication. They support the entire workforce. And finally, the operations team. This is the team which works on the ground, which works on the reality. So these are the 4 different types of teams which are there. Okay. So once again, project teams, self-managed teams, virtual teams, and operational teams. Next slide, please. So team building, as I told you, teamwork is very important. So coming to team building, okay. So one of the most important skill set is leadership. Okay. So if you are having leadership, it means that you are respecting each and every member of your team. A person who's not able to respect the other person can never be a true leader. Okay. So sometimes what will happen is when you're having a team, you might not be able to do the task. Maybe you might have been leading the team for a very long time. Okay. But at a point of time, you might recognize or you might realize that, okay, I'm not able to be as efficient as possible. Okay. So that is a time when you have to identify the next leader in your team, bring them to the forefront. Okay. When I say you are identifying the next leader and making another person the leader of your team, it doesn't mean that you are going to exit. It doesn't mean that, okay, I have given the leadership and it is not anymore my responsibility. You are supposed to be there and guide the team. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Okay, I was muted for a minute.
audible. Very much, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, so setting the goal. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. So setting the goal is a very important thing. Many people do not know what they're working towards. So a company's vision and mission statement should be very clear and it should go down to the end of the last line of the employees. Okay. So when you're hiring a people, make your vision, mission, make your goal very clear to them when you're hiring a particular person. Make sure that it is a part of the team package, it's a part of the training which are telling to them. Okay. Next, motivating them. Keep on motivating them. See, if somebody is not performing, see, you have cited the person. Do not criticize them or do not put them down. Okay. Maybe the other person whom you're going to get might be even weaker than them. Continuously motivate them. Okay. Next, coaching. Encourage your team members, encourage each and every person of your team to learn new things. If possible, you teach them. See, in my office, what I do is every now and then, at least monthly once, I bring all my faculties together. I have more than 120 people who are working with me. At least I bring them in clusters. I speak with them. I coach them on various things. It can be on Six Sigma. It can be on marketing, any skill set. I give them a coaching regularly. So if you are good at something, let us say maybe you are the head of the department or maybe of any cell or any other department too, what you could do is coach all the people beside you. Sit down with them, train them, teach them. Okay. Being a leader, being a team worker, you have to coach all the people who are with you. Okay. Next, collaboration. Look for positive collaborations. Always have an eye for collaboration. Do not think, okay, he or she is my competitor. This particular organization is my competitor. Okay. Or this particular department within my organization is my competitor. Look for positive collaborations. The right collaborations will take you places. Okay. So cooperation. Make sure that you cooperate under all circumstances. See, definitely difference of opinion will be there. See, when there is more than one, even if it is two, okay, even if it is two, okay, there is difference of opinion. And especially when you're having a large team, definitely there's bound to be difference of opinion. But cooperation among team members is very important. And finally, one of the most important skill set is communication. See, you might be technically very sound, you might have a lot of knowledge, but if you're not able to communicate, you're again going to be on the down part of the ladder. Communicate with your people. If you're not able to do something, if the task is too difficult, if the target is too high, tell people that it is not possible. Fix up reality achievable targets. Okay. So communication is one of the most important keys of team building. Next slide, please. Do not bring in discrimination. One person might be good at something. Okay. He or she might be looking good. He or she might be very active. He or she might be having different skill set. Maybe one person is very good at communication and the other person who is good at technical skills might lack a bit of communication. But make sure that all your team members are same. Give them the equal respect. If you discourage them or if you show partiality, you are not a true leader. You are going to miss out. Even the person for whom you're favoring towards partiality will go against you. So make sure that all hands are equal. Make sure everybody is given a very fair opportunity. Okay. Next slide, please. So one of the techniques which was formed by Michael and Hendrik are the 70s. Okay. So from the team support, what they say is first is trust. Okay. THRUST. You should have a huge force within you. There should be a huge force within you to accomplish the goal. Okay. Each member of the team should have the same trust. Okay. Next, trust. Each person should have the next person as a backup. Okay, I am not able to finish this task. Can you finish it for me? Or I'm not able to solve the problem, or I'm not able to get data for it. Can you help me in finishing my task? Trusting in each other. Okay. Next, talent. So as I told you, each person has different skill sets. Okay. Collectively, all the skill set put together forms a team. Okay. All the skill sets put together forms a team. Okay. Next, operate effectively. Okay. So as I'm telling you again, trust, talent, teaming, and finally identifying the right task. Okay. Be clear in what task you want to achieve. Okay. Be clear in what task you want to achieve. I'll just tell you a small story. So once what happened was there were a group of mountaineers who were on top of a mountain. And they actually missed the way. They did not know where they were going forward, and they missed the way. And so a person who was leading everybody, it was because of his fault they missed the way. So he finds some random map there. He takes up the map, and after looking, okay, he tells his team members, I have found the way how to go. And based on the map, he starts moving. And after 1 hour or 2 hours of difficult struggle, they find that the map which he had in his hand is the wrong map. Somebody else has dropped it there, and this person, without even checking out, had followed the map. So a leader should be even more careful before assigning the task, before starting to work. Be very careful because the entire team is following you. So no team can progress without leadership skills. So execute your task successfully. Be careful on the task. Identify the right job for the right person. Next slide, please. So as I told you about leadership skills, so
Sir, we are not able to hear you. Mr. Joshua?
yeah,
Yes,
I'm
now,
audible
yeah,
now?
now. Yes, yes, yes.
No, I think I was muted in the middle. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Okay. So yeah, leadership traits. So loyalty, okay, being loyal towards your company, being loyal towards your boss, being loyal towards your goal is very important. Next, be empathetic. See, sympathy is something wherein you feel sad for a person. Okay, be empathetic. Try to understand the difficulties and work and help them, motivate them, and to achieve their goal. Okay, that is being empathetic. Okay, show empathy. Next, accountability. Be accountable for any decision you take. See, I have seen many times very poor leaders. What they do is when they fail, they try to pass the buck to somebody else. It failed because I delegated task to someone else and it failed because of them. Okay, try to be accountable. You try to take the responsibility. I do not know how many of you watch the Indian cricket team playing, and especially when Dhoni is captain. I've always seen when the team fails, he comes up and stands there and said like maybe the batting should have improved. Maybe I should have played better. Maybe I made a mistake and all that. When the team wins, and even if it's a World Cup, he stands at the last. So that is being accountable for. Okay. Next, duty and determination. Make sure you are determined. You have to be determined. Each person has to be determined. Okay. Next, energy and encouragement. You have to have the energy within you. Okay. Only when you have the energy within you will the encouragement flow through the team. Respect. Learn to respect the entire team members. Learn to respect all the team members. It's not about designation. It is about each individual person. Selflessness. It is not about I. It is about we when you want to work as a team. Okay. Selflessness is very important. Be honorable. Be humble. Okay. Just because you are a leader, just because you have lots of experience, doesn't mean you can boss over people. Be humble. When you're humble, automatically people will come and work for you. People will respect you. Integrity and innovation. Okay, so innovation is one of the most important tasks which all we professors or teachers in the training faculty have to go look for. There's a lot of technological changes which is coming. Technology will never replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers is transformational. What new technology does is to create new opportunities that customer wants. Okay, so make sure that innovation is always there. Finally, passion and pride. Okay, whatever work you're doing, whatever description, whatever job role you are in, make sure you be passionate towards it. Okay, so this is how leadership works. So how does leadership impact teamwork? See, first, as I told you, number one, make sure you delegate the right work to the right person. Number one, so that means you understand every person. Number two, see, when a team fails, make sure that they can trust you. They can trust you that you will help them to grow again. Okay. Trust is a very important factor. So, encouragement. Encourage all the people in your team continuously. If somebody does a good job, recognize them. Give them an award. Give them an incentive. Try to praise them in front of everybody. Tell them that they did a good job. If they help you out, say them a small word of thank you makes a lot. Okay. So, next, if somebody is facing a problem in your team, understand the problem and see how you can help with them. Okay, all this is the effect of good leadership. Next slide, please. So, tips for better teamwork. A team understands the goal, which is, and they're committed towards attaining them. Okay, they are definitely better than all the teams. And communication, be always open, be honest, and be respectful. Even if they are below you in designation or by age, make sure you're respectful and make sure you're honest. Don't try to give false information. People are comfortable taking risk when they trust you. Okay, creativity, innovation, okay, are very important, and different viewpoints will come, and managing all the different viewpoints without arguing is very important. Okay, members of a team take high decisions when they are together, rather than just one person taking a decision. See, you might have a problem, okay, and if you are given a one person has to take a decision, maybe it could be a wrong decision. Okay, but if the same problem is given to the entire team and the entire team is working towards the problem, the best decision would be arrived. Okay, so members of a team, when they take decisions together, it makes a huge difference. Okay, next slide please. So I would like to tell you a small story, small activity, which I used to do with colleges. Unfortunately, since we are on a virtual platform, we cannot do it. But I will just tell you, maybe all of you can try it out with your teams, maybe in your colleges, wherever you are, and you can try it out. So what we do is generally, so we have a huge team, maybe like we have 100 students or 200 students together, or it can be a group of professors, maybe it can be just 20 people or 30 people also. So generally what we do is, when there are 100 people, we give each person a balloon. Okay, so each person writes their name on the balloon. Okay, let us say my name is Joshua, I write my name Joshua on the balloon and I blow it up. So every person blows that balloon. Okay, and they leave their balloon and they are asked to leave the room. Okay, they leave their balloon in the room and they are asked to leave. Okay, so what we do is, we shuffle all the balloons apart. Okay, we shuffle all the balloons, and now what we ask all the people is, we ask all the 100 people to come in and identify their balloon. Each person has to pick up their balloon alone. That is their target. Okay, I gave them 2 minutes. Only 3 people out of the 100 people were able to get their balloon. They were not able to get their own balloon, which their name was written on it. I asked everybody to go out. Okay, and I asked them to come in. Okay, now the task which I have given them is, whatever balloon you find, give it to the concerned person. So let us say a balloon has a name Ramesh, and I find it, I will give it to Ramesh. And if a balloon with his name Joshua, he comes to me. Within 2 minutes, everybody had their balloon in hand. That is teamwork. So when you work as a team, what you can achieve is huge. What you can achieve is dramatic, and you can never imagine what you can achieve as a team. Okay, next slide please. I won't take much of your time, don't worry. So I would just like to add few points alone. So as I told you, one of the greatest responsibilities of a leader is to push their team towards better performance. Okay, an effective team will definitely outperform a disconnected collective. Flawless teamwork doesn't occur out of the blue. It doesn't happen suddenly. Okay, it demands conscious efforts from all individuals within the team, including the leader. Okay, a great team consists of few elements that must be present at all times. One is, as I told you already, clear objectives, clear roles, flawless communication, cooperation among all team members, individual development within the team. Okay, establish strong leadership. The vision should be very clear. Delegate tasks and responsibilities. Communicate the clear goals. Be honest and friendly. Okay, build connection between team members. Sometimes there might be a communication gap. Okay, I hope I'm audible. Am I audible,
Yes,
ma'am?
yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. So get better at conflict management. As I told you, there will definitely be difference of opinion. Okay, so try to bypass all that. Okay, get better at conflict management. Invite everyone to share their ideas and opinions without arguing. Okay, and as I told you already, encourage email communication. Develop a performance driven culture. Okay, so how can you have a performance driven culture? How can you motivate people? See, let us say I'm speaking to my team. Okay, I can say, this is what I need to make it happen. Okay, I can say this is what I need to make it happen, but it doesn't motivate people. If I say this is what we need to make it happen, okay, then we are speaking as a team. Okay, I'm not speaking as a boss, I'm speaking as one of the members of the team. Okay, encourage everyone's self-development. Okay, and make sure everybody is very clear with whatever task they're given and understanding their strength and weakness. So why I'm sharing so much about teamwork is, as I think Preeti ma'am introduced me, she told me a few things about me. So first thing is, I would just like to share a few things, few avenues what I'm doing. I run a restaurant I run a hotel, I run a cake shop as well. Most of you would have heard about French Loaf. So I have taken one of the franchisee of French Loaf, and I'm into a company which is into interior design and construction and all that. I'm into a software company. I'm invested in a software company. And as you know, I'm the chief operating officer of Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute. And my clients, some of the people are ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. I train all the scientists there. We are training partners for the military, for the Indian military, for the Tamil Nadu Police Department. So I work across different sectors. Different sectors, and for each company, I have a different team. Okay, it is not the same partners everywhere. Okay, it is not the same partners everywhere. So I'm into at least 5 to 6 different businesses. I work with 5 to 6 different partners in each team, and there's a huge team which works under each business. So only because of teamwork and team building, we are able to be very successful. So I owe my entire success to working as a team. Okay. So with this, without taking much of my time, I think I've given a lot of insight as to the importance of teamwork and leadership. Okay. So I would like to open the session to question answers. You can ask me any number of questions. I have all the time to answer. Anything related to teamwork, leadership, entrepreneurship, career development, business, or anything at all. You can ask me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joshua, for that wonderful session. And as you rightly pointed out, every leader has to work with his or her head and heart. And that balloon example was wonderful. Thank you so much. We have some questions. We will put the question forth to you. There is one question from Sajida Parveen. She asks, how to deal with team members who are not following the norms of the team?
Okay. So first, you have to see it in two perspectives, ma'am. One is whether they are not capable of doing it or they are underperforming. Okay, these two comes in the first category. Okay, let us say you take a particular person, he or she is not able to perform very well because their skill set is less or they do not know the task. That is one avenue. The other avenue is the attitude problem, wherein whatever task you give, they are not ready to perform. Okay, so having said this, if you have the second task, that is they have attitude problem, my suggestion is relieve them right away. Do not tolerate attitude or behavior problem. If somebody is not ready to work as a team, I think they should be removed right away. But if you take the first instance, wherein somebody is lacking skill set, they are ready to work, the skill set is a bit less, or they are facing troubles to cope up with the team, you can train them and you can make them a very efficient person. So that will, once again, training them will give them more loyalty towards you too. Okay, so you have to identify under which category they come under.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I hope I answered your question. If it was not clear, you can ask. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Preeti?
Sir, yeah, thank you, sir.
Hello.
There was a question from Dr. Mariam Usmani. She was asking you, what are the last 2 T's of the 7 T's?
So as I told you, it is trust. Okay, trust, teamwork. Maybe if you guys, I can share the presentation with you once again. So the tasks which are given, okay, time management. I think time management wasn't there in the slide. Okay, so time management, okay, team support, talent, trust, teaming, okay. All these are the 7 T's.
Gayatri, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, Preeti, if you can pick up one or two other questions.
Yes,
There's
ma'am.
one question. He says, how do we deal with people in a group who are only worried about the monetary incentives that come along?
If you ask me, that is not wrong. Okay. If you ask me, that is not wrong. A person who looks towards financial benefits will always try to work harder. But again, there should be a cap. So they should be given a clear idea as to what work they should do, and if they complete the task, what is the reward. Because I always believe there is 2 theories which any company or anybody can follow. One is the carrot and the stick theory. Okay. So the stick theory is like, if you don't perform, you will be sacked. Okay, you will lose your salary. The carrot theory is you work more, you achieve the goals, you will be rewarded. So my suggestion is somebody is interested towards monetary benefits. It is good for the team because they will work even more harder.
Thank you, sir. And there was a question from Chandrika Reddy, and she asked how to deal with the people who are not willing to share their ideas in team.
Okay. So what we should do is we should first analyze why are they not ready to share their ideas with the team. So first is maybe they do not have ideas. Are they not able to think out of the box? So then we have to train them. Okay, we have to train their critical thinking knowledge. Okay, we have to train them on their critical thinking knowledge, and we have to improve their analytical skills for them to develop ideas. So one is they're not able to bring new ideas. They're not very innovative, or they're not able to think out of the box. We train them on that. Next, they have their ideas. Maybe they were not appreciated, or maybe they didn't get proper response when they shared their idea previously. So that could stop a person from sharing their ideas henceforth. So if that could be rectified, that there's a way to solve problem. Next, when you give a good idea, okay, when somebody comes with idea, if you recognize them, see, sometimes you might have 10 members in your team and one person would have given you an idea. The leader would have followed the idea and it would have been a successful thought. But the leader would not recognize which person had given the idea. So what people will think is, why should I give the idea? When you start giving recognition, it can be in the form of monetary gains, or it can be in the form of appreciation. Either of the form, when you start doing, automatically people will come forward with a lot of ideas.
Thank you, sir. I think a few more questions.
There is one more question from Chamundishwari. Chamundishwari asks, if there's a person in the team who does her part of work very well, she is perfect, but she doesn't get recognized at all, how should that be dealt with?
As a leader, he or she should be recognized. Any person who's not recognized will get demoralized over a period of time. Maybe it might make them, they might get so discouraged, they might leave the job, they might leave the institution, or it can happen even worse. I think suicidal problems are because of demotivation and lack of opportunities. Recently, you would have seen Susan committing a suicide. It was because some of the opportunities which you were supposed to get were denied. So thing is, whenever somebody is giving good ideas, he or she should definitely be recognized. If the leader is not recognizing, all the team members have to stand beside the person and ensure that he or she is getting recognized.
Sir, as we are screening this through YouTube also, we've got a couple of questions on YouTube. There's one person who's asked, today people are talking about multitasking of an individual. Is it required for a team?
100%. See, any person, any individual, if you take, it is very important that you are capable of multitasking. So what is multitasking? Doing multiple works at the same time without losing focus and ensuring that you attain the result. That is multitasking. So when you're working, especially in a team, maybe one person might be sick, maybe you might have to cope up for the other person. One person might not come to office today, and you might have to take up that. Let us talk about teachers. Maybe it's a BCom Secretaryship department, and maybe a couple of teachers are on leave today. You might have to go and take the subjects today. Okay, so it is very important that you are able to learn and you are able to adapt. So multitasking is very important in a team.
Thank you, sir. There's one person, Ms. Parimala, she's asked many times people who are even close with us discourage or cheat us. Then how can we trust them?
It is a very difficult task. See, once you are cheated, what happens is it is very easy it is very difficult to build a reputation, but it is very easy to lose the reputation. So once you are cheated, or once, like, let us say your boss gives you, let us say you are a HOD and you tell your employees, the teachers working under you, that okay, you will be recognized or you will be promoted, and after the work is done, you're not promoting them or you're not recognizing them, definitely they will be very demoralized. So if there is a particular reason why you have gone back on your word, maybe you should go and explain it to them. If you're not done it purposefully, you should explain it to them. If you have cheated on one person, make sure karma has its way around, and definitely you will be affected someday or the other.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And
Sir?
you're receiving a lot of appreciation. I would like to inform you that also for the presentation
Thank you.
and other things.
Thank
Can
you.
we take up one or two questions, sir?
Yes, there's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
more question from Monu Lal. There's one question from Monu Lal Rajak. He asked, the leader generally has some favorites in the team. How to deal with this?
So maybe what happens is, see, maybe a leader likes a particular person. Maybe the leader feels very comfortable with a particular person. So what happens is, even if he or she is not capable of finishing the task or not doing the task, they might be given opportunities. But what being a leader, what you should understand is, giving an extra chance is not a problem, but it should be time bound, and opportunities should be limited to anybody, even if you like the person. So what will happen is, there will be other members of the team who like the leader, but because of this, they might leave the leader or they might leave the team. Efficient people might be leaving the team. So you can show favoritism maybe to a little extent. That is human nature. To err is human, not a problem at all. But it should not be a continuous process. If that is there, then obviously you will lose out on qualified people. You will lose out on talented people who are capable of doing the task.
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, yes.
So I think there's one question: politics on.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
there
One
is one.
person was asked, has asked if leadership thing is required in politics also. Team building is
100%.
required. Team building is required in politics also.
Yeah, 100% it is required. If you take, see, if you take, when I was traveling to UK once, and when I was there, I was in Cardiff University, and I met with all the students there. So when I was speaking there, so I asked the topper, what he would like to do, and he said, "I want to become the Prime Minister of UK." Okay, so many places, wherever I've traveled, most of the toppers, university toppers, rank holders, they say, "I want to become the mayor, I want to become the senator, I want to become the president of United States of America, I want to become the prime minister." But unfortunately, in many countries like India, if you ask what the topper wants to become, he or she wants to become maybe an engineer or a doctor. So I think teamwork is very important. Leadership is very important. All the educated people should start joining or be active in the political scenario. And multitasking and teamwork is very important. See, opposition parties and the ruling party should learn to work together. If you take Germany, Norway, there are instances wherein, let us say, the health minister was changed from the ruling party, and a person from the opposition was made the health minister because they found that he was more suitable at this particular point of time. So there are many instances. So I think teamwork among ruling parties and opposition parties are very important for a country to be successful. So yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sir.
And one question which I found to be very interesting personally, as a leader, how to handle oversmart teammates who's very good but backstabbing person.
See, if somebody is backstabbing, I would pretty much say that they should find no place in the team. They should find no place in the team at all. Because what will happen is, they will start outsmarting people, and that will have a huge negative impact on all the other team members. See, sometimes you should take a bold decision. Yes, I have taken decisions in my business ventures wherein he or she is very good, but because of him, the entire team is getting spoiled. If I want to have that one single person, I might be losing 4 or 5 people. Maybe they might be less qualified or less effective, but 4 people is never is always more than one person. So never favoritism or never intelligent people. If they're backstabbing, they should be removed from the team right away.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
So, Preeti, sir, shall we
can we
close
take
the
one
session?
last question, ma'am?
Yeah, yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah,
So,
please go ahead.
Dr. Zeenat Zarina asks, do you think everyone is given a leadership role in an organization to prove themselves?
See, leadership roles. See, what I do is when I choose a particular company, I choose a particular person for any of my companies. Okay, whatever company it may be, which let it be the hotel industry or as I told French Loaf or any business whichever I do. I always look in whether this person has the leadership capability. Okay, because I don't want a normal employee, I don't want a normal guy. Even if it's my training, when I'm looking for professors, I always see, okay, can he or she fit in the team? Because when you go to colleges, we go in a group of 30 people, 20 people, and we conduct training programs. Can this particular person work as a team? He or she might be individually talented, but can they work as a team? Okay. So any person whom I recruit, I make sure that he or she has the leadership qualities. Okay, not all companies might think of the same, but again, leadership qualities should come from within. You should prove that you have the leadership capabilities, rather than somebody coming and identifying and saying, okay, you are capable of doing it. Your work, your reputation should prove yourself that you have the leadership capabilities, and automatically you will be given the opportunity. If you're not given the opportunity, you are in the wrong place.
So there's one other question that asks from Vijaya Kadiravan, who's asking, what is the role of emotional quotient in team building?
Emotional quotient plays a very important role in team building. See, it's not only enough if I know my employees just by their name. Let us say I have a person called Ramesh, Lakshmanan, Harni. I have so many people. It's not just that I know their names. So I have to know from what background they're coming from. I have to know what problems they might face. See, especially if you take the COVID-19, I have ensured that if you take my training institute, I have 120 people who are working with me, and across all other companies, I have another 60, 70 people who are working for me. I have made sure that I have paid their salaries on time. I have made sure whatever I have promised, I have delivered. I have paid all my rentals on time. Because why I've done it is, I understand the emotional quotient. I understand what they are going through. So maybe if I'm paying them 20,000 rupees, based on their 20,000 rupees only, they are running their entire family. So emotional core, it is not only important if you know them just by the name, understand their strengths, understand their weaknesses, see what they're good at doing, what problems they might face. Maybe it might be financial problem, health problems. Some people have dust allergy. So whenever I allot work, I have that emotional quotient in mind. The strong leader always has that emotional quotient.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So shall we wind up the session? Preeti, any more questions?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, but lots of them are coming up in the chat. I think, but
they're all repetitive. They were repetitive.
Yes,
many are repetitive. That's what I was able to figure out.
If there's something new, if you want to ask, you can go ahead, ma'am. No issues about it. From my end, it's no problem. But you can take a call.
Yeah, we just have a look. Just a minute. Yeah, they're all repetitive.
There is one question in the YouTube which asks what to do in a team if one person is overloaded.
Yeah, you should ensure that no person is overloaded. Whatever targets are given to a particular person is within their capacity. If somebody is given a task which is outside their capacity, what will happen is they will be overburdened. They will feel that they are not able to accomplish the task. They will feel that maybe purposely this work has been given to me. And once they have this feeling, definitely they will quit. So make sure that no person is overloaded.
Okay. So I think we'll wind up. Thank you so much, Mr. Joshua, for answering all the questions so patiently. May I now invite? Yes, may I now invite
I would like to thank,
Shaheen?
1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am. I would like to thank Shireen, ma'am, for inviting me for this program. I would like to thank Preeti, ma'am, for introducing me, and Gayatri, ma'am, and all the people who are coordinating for this event. It was very wonderful to interact with all of you. So once again, I wish all the very best for the entire team who's organizing this, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I now invite Mrs. Shaheen, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management, to propose the vote of thanks.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening to one and all. I deem it my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on the closure of the Day 2 International Faculty Development Program. Let me first thank the Almighty God for having showered his blessings upon all of us and making today's program a resounding success. I take this opportunity to thank the management, our principal, Dr. Shahnaz Ahmed, and Vice Principal, Dr. Firdaus Jahan, for their constant support and encouragement. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our resource person of the day, Mr. Joshua Gerard, Chief Operating Officer of Tamil Nadu Advanced Technical Training Institute, serial entrepreneur, social activist, for sharing his knowledge and enlightening us about the importance of building team engagement in the context of leadership excellence. We hope to engage the team in effective manner. Thank you, sir. The successful culmination of this international faculty development program owes much to the head of the department, Dr. Barkat. My heartfelt gratitude extend to her, without whose effort, guidance, and support we would not have been able to accomplish this event. And I'm also grateful to our associating partner, Ms. Nirmala Guru, CEO, Guru Coaching and Consulting LLC, Qatar, who accepted our invitation for collaboration without any hesitation. My gratitude extends further to my fellow faculty members of Corporate Secretaryship and Information Systems Management for playing an active role in all that we have achieved together as a team. And my special thanks to MC of the day, Dr. Gayatri, Assistant HOD, and Mrs. Sumaira Rafiq, HOD, Department of Microbiology, for the silently and diligently helping us in the technical aspects. Finally, the wonderful participants who have turned up in such a huge number, not only from India, across the globe. Thank you so much for your active participation. I once again thank each and every one of you who have been a pillar for the successful completion of the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.